Smash Engineering.
Alright, welcome back. I know it's been a little bit of a break here on part 2 for this, but we've had quite a few things arise during this little break that I had to take care of, and I did make a few videos for you guys. But we're going to jump back into this. The weather is nice now, as you can see. Cannot weld when it's raining and stuff, so unfortunately I don't have a shop right now. I'm working on getting one, but we'll see how that comes out in the future. So what I'm going to do now, I have this mocked up where I'm going to weld it. I have decided just to go ahead and weld it. I don't see any reason in bolting it on. I'll never want to remove it. So what I'm going to do is take this scribe pen. It's just a pen that's made for scratching steel, and I'm going to go ahead and scratch the area that I need to clean off, so that way I know when I take it apart where to clean, so that I can get a good weld. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and get to cleaning. Now what I'm going to do is switch over to the wire wheel. I'm going to wire wheel any loose paint and rust and stuff off. I'm going to get a respirator for that, so we're going to go ahead and pause the video and I'll go grab my respirator. Alright, now we're going to go ahead, throw some welds on here, and I'll clean up the rest of the metal after I'm done welding it. That way it's actually being held stationary and I'm not trying to fight it like you just saw me do. First thing I'm going to do before I do weld this is just double check. I do have center marks on here. I just want to make sure that nothing got moved, nothing got swiped off. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Got our tape measure. I'm gonna go ahead and measure this just to verify that it is centered. I'm not welding with any gas. This is just like a flux core wire. So not the most pretty weld, but it is strong and it'll work for everything that I'm doing here. I do have to take breaks every once in a while. As you can tell, I don't have the most expensive welder. So blasting through this whole thing could very well overheat it. I'm also running off of an extension cord, so I don't want to stress out my electrical supply system either. Give it little periodic breaks and keep on going. Some of you are probably saying, oh, you could just stitch weld this and it would be good, and you know, it probably would be. I'm going to go ahead and weld at least the entire back. I may stitch weld other places, but like I said, this is going to be on a road. I'll be going 70 miles an hour possibly with the back. Don't know what kind of weight I'll have or how it'll be distributed, so I want to make sure that this is as strong as it can be. It is also important, I don't know if I had mentioned this before, to know your duty cycle on your welder. I'm not sure what the duty cycle is on this one, but I've been using it for going on probably about 7 or 8 years now, so I know what it can handle and what it can't. I only have it on the number 2 voltage setting on there. It's not like maxed out or anything, it goes up to 4. But then again, you got to keep in mind too the extent of your extension cords, what grade they are, how much things you have running off that circuit, yada yada yada. So keep all those things in mind when you're welding. If you zoom in here, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you see, this is swelled up right here because I welded across the back there like I did. It swelled it up. So this is actually pulled off of the steel. There's actually a gap there, and that's not something I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and clamp this down. Because I sealed it here and here, this metal has expanded and it has nowhere to go but up. Not a big deal, but not something you wanna leave like that. So all you do is clamp it back down. Weld it in. I'm just going to put a stitch here, I'll clamp it here, put a stitch here, put a stitch here, and pull it all back in.
far as the frame goes. I'm going to try to look and see if I can get some expanded steel, and I might stitch weld the expanded steel on there. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and clean off all the gunk and garbage and get it ready for a coat of primer. I don't know if the weather's going to hold out enough for primer, so we may have to pick this up tomorrow, but we'll at least get it prepped and ready, and if the weather allows it, I'll throw a coat of primer on there. So I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of primer on it, and then we're going to be figuring out what color we're going to paint this.
Alright, so I'm going to wrap up this episode here. We're going to make a part 3. I still got to do the expanded steel. I still got to source that and put it on, weld it on, and then we'll finish painting this expanded steel as well. So we're going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks for watching. As always, smash the subscribe button. I will try to have the part 3 out in a few days. I'm sorry that this took so long, but I'm trying to be as in-depth as I can. Thanks for watching.